Hello, everybody. Burnedoutguy here, and welcome back to OutWorld Station. All right, last episode we got into the whole big ship stuff and everything, right? And we finished off all this stuff. We managed to put up all the production for it, anyways. In between episodes, I did hook everything up, so we're good to start making parts. Each one of these have parts on them. These I've already made two of them, and I have them linked up to here, so they're going to be making. Going right in here. Oh, we've made three already. Sorry, I lied. So now we just got to drop 150 armor plating, frames, and quantum computers in here. So we'll see if we can do that. Then that will start whatever next level we're going to unlock. And then after that, we can start going over to this place here, the gas giant, and check that out. We still have to go and liberate it, because we're going to start doing this too at the same time as well. So
Commander, all of our deep space scanning stations have just gone dark, and we are completely blind to what is happening in this sector of space.
okay,
We can patch this gap with a network of our most powerful science and scanning ships, along with an appropriate escort of military and resupply ships. While this mission is underway, it's also vital that you continue construction of our intergalactic Arkship project. The next phase of the project will be building the Arkship dock, ready to begin construction of the Arkship itself.
dope. Okay, so we're gonna slowly start getting this ready. What do we start with first? You start with these 50 ones there. Which ones are these? These right here, right? All right. Let's do those, and then we'll work our way to the big ones. Yeah, that would be a good idea. Oh, so those should get constructed at the same time we're doing all this other good stuff. Okay, so if we come over here and we take our 150, we can drop those in. We're just gonna need 15, right? 75 of those. There you go. So as soon as those antimatter reactors are done and ready to go, well, we'll be good. I'll go take those and throw them back in here. That's just gonna help replenish whatever I took out. Oh, well, that guy's done. That guy's done too. You're on your way to... I'll pick that up and put it over there. Oh, good stuff, good stuff. There you go. So now we should see what happens when the next thing levels up. If I'm not mistaken. Does this change at all? Stage complete. Okay, awesome. Very cool shit. Damn, son. Okay. That's pretty cool. Very cool indeed. So this is what we're going to be building the ship inside of. It's going to be kind of neat. So the next one, oh, we're going to have to keep going in the game probably in order to unlock this section. Interesting. All right, cool. Well, now we got like a giant foot or a spine. All right, that's pretty neat, pretty neat. So we got two of our vehicles here being done. That's good. Got 48 more to go. My God. This actually don't want this to be a thing. That one didn't go in, but the other one did. Why? I don't want these in here. They don't count for something. I don't want 50 of these engines being built there. All right, well, what I'll do is I'll just unlink them for now. No more linky link. I'll be your last one that you bring over, because that's just redunculous. I don't want 50 of these over here. This is not a storage. And if you can't do anything about these, well, that kind of sucks. Are you gonna bring that over here too? Okay. I'm just gonna unlink all of these. There we go. I don't want them bringing stuff over here for nothing. I think we're safe now. And, oh, got a artifact in this one. Bring it back to the hub. We'll collect them all. And we'll build something later. Not like they go away. Another artifact in this one. I have a feeling we're going to collect quite a few of these. There we go. There's the third one. We're now 3 for 3. Now we got these ones up here and those ones. So we got 7 left. So we'll see how many are there. We're missing some probes. Oh, no, we're not. Oh, 4 for 4. And what do we got? Ah, artifact. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's going to be like 10 of them here. That's fine. We could use them, actually, to be honest with you. May as well start analyzing these things. Did that go underneath? What? Get over here. Perfect. That's good. That's good. We'll go get some more. And artifact. Yeah. Another artifact. Good stuff. My hunch is right so far. Every single one of these had an artifact on us. So that's good. That's good. Loving it. More points. Well, look at all the guys over here. Damn. Big old swarm. My boys. Just hanging out here for what? Oh, look at that shot. You can run, but you can't hide. Nice. Wow, why are there so many guys there? Crazy. And we got our artifact. Yeah, there's another one over here though, but open it while I'm here, I guess. Right, 2 of them. Well, that was all of them, I believe. Yeah, we pillaged all of them. A couple of crates here left out. That's it. Other than that, we'll let those go in, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do for the points afterwards. I don't know. Do we invest into our guy, or do we invest into the station? I think getting the miners up would probably be like the really important thing. That way we could just be getting all we can out of them, right? The speed of the freighters, meh. Might put some points into our quantum thing. I'm going to prioritize the miners, I think. That's like 8 points right there. There we go. We got the next batch all finished there. So let's program the next ones. Got to go 25 Crusader Auxiliary. There we go. There's the 25 programmed. So another thing I've been noticing too, that we had a problem with silicone wire coming in. And we were having problems with our molecular bonding stuff. So I went over to... Well, we'll start here because this is where I brought them. So we went here to the ice world. On the map, I took over another silicon node up here and I started bringing it back. And then I believe the other one was in F5. And I started taking the molecular bonding that was over here from the silicone, and I started bringing that one back home too. So I think that's been helping out quite a bit. Seems to be anyways. It's just because everything is going so crazily that making all the parts for the ships and stuff that I really haven't had time to back up or anything, but it seems to be flowing very nicely anyways. It hasn't been taking me that long to make the advanced plating since I've been since I upgraded it and brought in more material, so which is very, very nice. So we'll continue doing that, and as soon as we get the next one, we'll do the last 10 and But the fleet is looking pretty awesome so far. I must do say myself. Well, these ships are pretty interesting to build. They require the antimatter fuel tanks, which are these ones right here. So you got to link these ones up, and you also got to link them antimatter to the fuel, which was pretty neat. I didn't realize that that was a thing, but now I do. That you got to make sense that it has an antimatter fuel tank. You're gonna have to give it antimatter, right? Durr. But yeah, I was like, what's going on with these? And I was starting to look at them and I'm like, oh my God, it requires like antimatters. It had like a minute left and it was ready to blow up. And I'm like, no. So I went and grabbed it and hooked it up and now we're all good. So that would have really sucked. But anyhow, yeah, these modules are pretty neat, or these ships. They're gonna look pretty cool in our little fleet. Gonna have 25 of those little guys and we're just gonna have these colossal prodigy ones left to do at the end. That's pretty good. But these are coming along pretty quick, actually. Ever since I like redid those things up here, adding the glass wire and the molecular bonding. Yeah, these are actually starting to back up now because I got so much coming in. That's good. It's very good. Another thing I also did too, these little crystals I noticed that weren't coming in fast enough, so added 5 more of them. That's pretty good. Trying to like fix up our slowness as we go on our little bottlenecks, right? But yeah, things are coming along pretty good, man. Like I said, these ships are being pumped out like relatively quick, one every couple of minutes. You know, it's not a super fast process, but it's a fast process. It's just the advanced plating that's really holding us back, to be honest with you. But we're doing pretty good in creating that stuff. It's just these nano plating things that are holding us back, which are over here. It's pretty crazy how like these things are just constantly going. Hull plating. It's mostly the molecular bonding just cannot be fed fast enough, right? It's pretty crazy. It's almost like I'm gonna have to like eventually make these somewhere else, probably in this world, and then send them over. That's probably what's gonna have to happen. I could see it happening in our possible near future, because that's one of our biggest bottlenecks is these things right here in the game. These are fed into so many things. So I think that's probably what's gonna happen next. Let's go find out why these are damaged. All right, so these guys are chunky, man. They have 150 of this advanced plating, and that's a lot because like these other ones were like 50 and 100 or something like that. So they went by pretty quick, as to opposed to these big old chunky guys. They're taking up quite a bit of material. So pretty much, well, what 2 of these together was like 1 of these. Pretty insane. And I was looking at some of our bottlenecks and stuff like that that we were doing here. These crystals, these things here, were having a hard time. So I went out and I made another one out here. Where are we? This one's going to F5. So I commandeered another carbon, and we were making like those silica crystals over there. They come over here, they get deposited, thrown into here, and sent out to the other side. Plus, we're making them on the other side too, so that gives us the back and forth timing, which is really nice. Then what else did I do? Let's go back to here. Oh yes, and then we're looking at the wormhole that's over here. So these superconductors, massive bottleneck. Like that's something we're gonna have to really try to fix. So we're gonna go over here, and like you can see that we have an entire setup here dedicated making these. These crystals are really hard to like keep up with. I don't know why, but they're just so slow to make. And they're like the really big component to making these things here, which really kind of sucks. You can back up on the fiber optics pretty good, but these crystal makings are just brutally slow. Gonna have to try to eventually like make another spot where we're feeding more of these crystals, or we're gonna have to just make another one set up in another place helping. I don't know. It's this is a hell of a bottleneck thing to deal with, and I think it's the crystals that are really holding everything back. But even if you do go commandeer a whole bunch of crystal manufacturing places, you might make up with it, but then you got to build a whole shit ton army of these things. But then your containers can only shoot out so much items per minute, so you're gonna have to set up a bunch of different containers, and it's a real pain in the ass using containers as your flow with your machines, because like you're dependent, you're capped out at like 540 items per minute per container. So I would have to like pretty much will set up a whole another one of these things with another ship coming in to help bring in the materials, and up to another 500. And you see what I mean? And it's just really kind of horrible, but it's just the way the game is designed, right? Um, I don't hate it. I just wish this number would be much higher at near the end game where we are. Like 500 and some is just not enough. Like that's just craziness. I hope there's a tier 4, which brings up to 1,000. Otherwise, this is just not good. Anyways, that's my rant for that. Anyways, not saying that I hate the game, really like it, but we're at about 12 minutes to ship, maybe 14 minutes to ship, in order to make one. I did get rid of the other one because I figured there was no point in trying to split the items between two ships that are just hogging all the plating. So I was just like, well, one is good enough, and it's taking about 14 minutes to ship to make right now, which is pretty insane. Very insane. I'm not looking forward to seeing what these ones are. Good thing there's only 10 of them to make. But yeah, this plating is something else we're gonna have to deal with, and it's the nano plating, these ones here. So we're gonna have to make another setup just making nano plating and bringing them home. We haven't touched the gas giant yet, which we were going to. We were definitely going to. So after we're done with this monstrosity and sending it out, and probably the next episode we'll attack the gas giant, and we'll start setting up things that we're missing here. So we'll probably set up another system where we're making these superconductors. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought there for a second. And the nano plating. So I ended up putting another row of these hull plating up here just to try to help. It does help, like it really does, but it's still not enough. Like we're still not creating enough of these nano things, so I'm gonna have to go and make a whole new setup of that over here. Same with a whole new setup of superconductors over there, and then send them over here. Would probably be the greatest thing in the world to do. And then hopefully we should be able to furnish these a lot faster. So as long as we can get these nano plating in faster, then it wouldn't be so bad, because this seems to be furnishing just fine, right? This is our problem with the nanotubes. But there we go. Those 25 are done. All we have left to do is the last 10 Colossus Prodigy. So what I've done, once those ones were finished, I went and I added a wormhole making plates in the F3 area. So here we go. We got the plates coming in from here. So if we go over here, we can see that we're in the F3 area and that we're making plates here. There we go. So I could probably even add on a few more of these, maybe. See how that works. There you go. Maybe even make a few more plates. Why not? Right? Try to get as much in as we can. All right. So now, with that being set up and everything, let's go and program our last 10 in here. We only need 10 of these bad guys. 250 plates each. That's crazy. Let's go toss one of those in there and see what how long this takes us to do. Now I do have some plates ahead, so we will be able to build a few of these pretty quickly, but afterwards it's going to slow down a little bit, but that's fine. These things get loaded with 500 small probes. That's crazy. Well, I don't understand how come this ship will not go on to these. They're fully upgraded, whole 9 yards, whatever, blah, blah, blah. There's no other large ship depots other than these. I'm not really quite sure. They won't even come over here and get loaded up on these. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on here. Which sucks because like that's my first one and a lot of materials. And I don't understand why it doesn't want to go get hooked up. That's frustrating. Very frustrating. What the hell's going on out here? Yeah, I know a ship's reactor is failing, but if it doesn't want to go and connect, I don't know what more to say. Don't tell me there's not enough room there. If that's the case, like that's just stupid. I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna have to go throw this one out here for now. That sucks. Let's go try to figure out what's wrong. It has no... So it has nothing to do with it being too close to something else because I've moved it over here. And it's still not wanting to go and attach. So I don't know. I have no problems for the longest time and then all of a sudden things are happening because I'm trying to figure something out. Like, what is your problem? Oh, well, I guess I'll just have to put you out here for now. Go figure something out. I don't get it. Man, I really have no idea what to do in order to get this big bastard to sit on here. I really have no idea. I've tried upgrading the pipes. I've tried like rebuilding the thing. I don't know. I have no idea. I cannot get this guy to go on there. Wow. That sucks. Really sucks. Alright, we'll try it again. Got nothing really to lose. I've upgraded all the pipes. Moved everything out of the way so it has no problem like doing it. So I really don't I don't know if it doesn't go on there. I have no idea. Really no idea. Well, I'll even delete everything around it and move it back some just so that way we can make sure it has enough room to get over there. I don't understand why. It should have more than enough room to come over here and land and do its thing. And just make sure that it was like a space thing. I even flipped these things around so that way they would have more space. Oh, we'll see if that worked. Okay, see, look. It's not doing anything up there. Wait, what do you want to be connecting to up here there, lad? Alright, that time that worked. Okay, so it might have something to do with space, but why is the tug dropping it off so high up? That doesn't make much sense. Alright, I'll have to micromanage this probably, but I'll keep an eye on it. Good thing there's only 10 of these to do. Okay, that one worked. The transfer over there was fine. Alright, so this is where I'm going to end today's episode. We got 3 of them done so far. We got another one on the way. He's on his way. Next episode, we're going to work on building another base over here at the helium gas giant area and start working on creating a bunch of different things. Nanoplating, we're definitely going to be doing more of these superconductors. Those are two of our biggest, hugest bottlenecks that we have in the game. They're used in so many recipes, it's ridiculous. Down here for the sensor arrays, superconductors, and that's just craziness. It takes forever, absolutely forever. So superconductors are going to be a really big killer for us. We're going to have to do something about that and those nanoplates for next time. So we're going to have to set up a really big system over here, making nothing but that, and bringing them in here and flooding our base with those, just to make sure that we can create the pieces, because otherwise it's a very long time constraint. And I have a kind of a grumble. So each one of these ships had a loadout before, being sent off, right? 50 light missiles. You got 100 light missiles and 500 rail ammo. Perfect, that's fine. These guys here, you have 50 small probes. That's cool. I can deal with that. But then you go to 500. And why 500? Why not, like, I think that's where the game becomes grindy for nothing. That was quite the jump from like 50 to 500. So I think this should be reduced, like 100, 150. Like you're just wasting people's time at this point for this. Makes it very grindy for kind of nothing. In my opinion, there's no real purpose other than like storyline means behind these ships, right? It's not like you're actually going to go control these and use these to help with your what the hell is it there, your logistics or anything like that. So they're mainly story purpose things that are out to kind of like waste your time, and I think that's what has to be dropped down a little bit. But other than that, like, so far so good, I guess. I got damaged module, huh? Bastards. So yeah, so that's where I'm going to leave today's episode, on that little bit of a rant. Next episode we'll definitely get into making something better. Was it here that that was broken? Oh, something over here. There we go. Lots of action over here. Lots of action. Anyhow, yeah. So I think next episode we'll definitely get that other base up and running, because this is just too grindy, and we have to fix that. So the only way to fix that is by taking a small break in between episodes and letting this replenish a little bit, and then going off to here and starting to build everything slow but steady. And so with that being said, hope you enjoyed. Everybody, like, subscribe, peace, take care. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.